7 FM Ilorin. This is news on the hour.
In the headlines, Nigerian government hails rescue of remaining Niger school children. Federal government declares public holidays for Christmas, New Year. Oyedele addresses concerns over alleged changes to tax reform laws. Residents flee Kwara community after fresh abduction attempt. On the foreign scene, Ghana deports 42 Nigerians over prostitution fraud allegations. In sports news, Suleiman vows to lead Super Eagles to AFCON 2025 glory. Good afternoon and thank you for staying with us on Diamond 88.7 FM in Ilorin. This is the news on the hour. I am Bisola. Oduwole Suleiman. We'll bring you details of the news after this break. Please stay with us.
We often think that mental health breakdowns sound like this.
I'm emotionally stressed. I'm emotionally downcast. I am so confused of all about life.
But in reality, they can sound like this. Don't make assumptions that people are okay just because they laugh and they smile. Everyone is going through something. Check on your friends and be kind to everyone else.
This message is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin.
Welcome back from that short break. Please note that you can listen to us via our website www.diamondfm.net or watch us live on Facebook at Diamond 87 FM and YouTube Diamond FM Ilorin. Now the news in detail. The federal government has described the rescue of the remaining 130 abducted pupils and staff of St. Mary's Catholic School, Papiri, Niger State, as a reaffirmation of Nigeria's commitment to safeguarding its citizens. Minister of Information and National Orientation, Alhaji Mohammed Idris, said on Sunday that all 230 abducted school children have now regained freedom, with none left in captivity. Idris said the newly released pupils were being handed over to the Niger State government for onward reunification with their families. He praised the security forces for what he called a courageous and successful operation. The minister empathized with the parents and guardians over the trauma endured during the abduction and wished the families a smooth healing process and a pleasant festive season. The Catholic Diocese of Kotangora, Niger State, has confirmed the release of the second and final batch of pupil students and staff abducted from St. Mary's Catholic primary and secondary schools in Papiri, ending a months-long ordeal that gripped the nation. According to a statement signed by the Secretary of the Diocese, Reverend Father Jetao Luca Joseph, the final group of abductees was released after sustained interventions by security agencies, the federal government, the Niger State government, and other stakeholders working behind the scenes. The church further reaffirmed its commitment to the safety and welfare of pupils and staff. The federal government has declared December 25 and 26, 2025 as public holidays to mark Christmas and Boxing Day, as well as January 1st, 2026 for the New Year celebration. The announcement was made on Monday in a statement issued by the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Interior, Dr. Magdalena Ajani, on behalf of the Minister, Olubomi Tunjojo. Tunjojo urged Nigerians to reflect on the values of love, peace, humility, and sacrifice associated with the birth of Jesus Christ. It called on citizens across all faiths and ethnicities to use the festive period to pray for national peace, improved security, and progress. The minister also advised the public to remain law-abiding and vigilant throughout the celebrations while extending warm wishes for a Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year. Still in the news, Chairman of the Presidential Fiscal Policy and Tax Reforms Committee, Taiwo Oyedele, has responded to mounting allegations that portions of the newly signed tax reform laws were altered after passage by the National Assembly. His reactions comes amid calls by former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, Labour Party's Peter Obi, and several civil society groups for the suspension of the law's implementation. Speaking in an interview, Oyedele admitted that some sections of the version passed by the lawmakers may require amendments, noting that ambiguities around referencing and definitions had already been identified. He maintained that only provisions legitimately approved by the National Assembly should be implemented, while any discrepancies are investigated and corrected. Still on the local scene, the Auditor General of the Federation has flagged a total of 288.18 billion naira in questionable expenditures by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC), according to the newly released 2022 annual report on non-compliance and internal control weaknesses in MDAs. The report cited multiple breaches in procurement, contractor payments, unretired advances, and unremitted deductions from 2018 to 2019 under the leadership of INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu. One major query involved the payment of 5.31 billion naira for the procurement of smart card readers for the 2019 general elections through a restricted method without approval from the Bureau of Public Procurement. The audit noted that the contract exceeded INEC's tender threshold, lacked Federal Executive Council approval, and relied instead on presidential approval that did not legally cover the procurement category. It further flagged undocumented mobilization fees and subsequent payment without sufficient evidence of supply. INEC in its response insisted that due process was followed, citing approvals allegedly obtained from the presidency and the urgency of the 2019 elections. The Commission said mobilization was necessary to ensure timely delivery of smart card readers and that all relevant documents, including advance payment guarantees, were available in the project file. On the political scene, the Kabiru Turaki-led faction of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has approached the Federal High Court in Abuja, seeking an order to compel the police to unseal the party's national secretariat and other offices across Nigeria. The suit filed through Chief Chris Uche SAN requests a mandatory injunction directing the Inspector General of Police IGP and the Nigeria Police Force to remove all barricades and vacate the premises immediately. The PDP secretariat was sealed in November following violent clashes between the Turaki faction and supporters of Minister Nyesom Wike, who opposed the party's national convention. And lastly, on the local scene in Kwara State, residents of Bayagonile in Ifelodun local government area of Kwara State have fled the community following a renewed attempt by armed bandits to abduct villagers on Sunday morning. The attack comes 24 days after the kidnapping of the community's monarch, Alhaji Kamilu Salami, the Ojibara of Bayagon, who was seized on his farm on November 29, 2025. Community members say fear and uncertainty have taken over the town as efforts to secure the monarch's release have so far been unsuccessful. Spokesperson Ayinla Lawal confirmed that residents began relocating shortly after the king's abduction and that the latest incursion triggered an even larger exodus. He added that the negotiations with kidnappers are ongoing, but that the ransom demand has not yet been met. Lawal appealed to both the state and local government to intervene urgently, saying the community feels abandoned. And that's it on the local scene. The news on the hour is reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM Ilorin. We take a short break. When we return, Ghana deports 42 Nigerians over prostitution fraud allegations. We'll bring you that story on the foreign scene and some others in the world of sport. Please stay with us.
Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Diamond 887 FM. Diamond FM, shining supreme.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuned in and joining us, you're listening to the News on the Hour, reaching you from Diamond 88.7 FM, Ilorin. Before that break, we brought you local stories. Now we move on to the foreign scene. In foreign news, Ghanaian authorities have deported 42 Nigerians from the Ashanti region following a series of court rulings on offences ranging from prostitution to fraud and other related criminal activities. Ashanti's regional minister, Frank Amwakene, confirmed the development in a Facebook post stating that the deportations were carried out after the individuals had gone through the judicial process. According to him, the latest enforcement action affected 68 foreign nationals in total, including 42 Nigerians, 13 Cameroonians, 3 Ivorians, 3 Burkina Faso nationals, and 7 citizens of Benin. He commended the Ghana Immigration Service for what he described as professionalism and adherence to legal procedures throughout the deportation process. Still in foreign news, China is actively mediating between Cambodia and Thailand to ease rising tensions along their shared border. The Chinese Foreign Ministry confirmed that it is promoting reconciliation and dialogue between the two Southeast Asian nations. Spokesperson Lin Jian told reporters that China has dispatched a special envoy to the region and will provide updates on the mission's progress in due course. Special envoy Deng Zijun visited Phnom Penh last week to encourage both sides to de-escalate recent clashes, underscoring China's role in maintaining regional stability. And that's it on the foreign scene. Moving into the world of sports, Super Eagles winger Ademola Lookman has expressed his team's determination to bring the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations trophy back to Nigeria. The Atalanta star spoke against the backdrop of Nigeria's failure to qualify for the 2026 World Cup after losing to DR Congo on penalties in the final playoff in Rabat, Morocco. In an interview with newsmen, Lookman emphasized the need for unity and quality performances on the pitch, saying the team is ready to turn the disappointment of missing the World Cup into motivation for AFCON. Reflecting on Nigeria's near miss in Abidjan during the last tournament, Lookman highlighted the importance of togetherness in the squad. And still in sports news, Udinese goalkeeper Maduka Okoye has issued an apology following his early dismissal in Sunday's Serie A clash, which saw the Zebras suffer a 5-1 defeat to Fiorentina. The 25-year-old was shown a straight red card in the 8th minute for a challenge on Moise Kean. The early sending off left Udinese vulnerable, conceding 3 goals before halftime and ultimately collapsing under Fiorentina's pressure. Okoye is expected to serve a 3-game suspension. Taken to social media, the former Watford keeper expressed his regret and acknowledged the impact of his costly mistake on the team's performance. And that's it in the world of sport. With that, we've come to the end of the News on the Hour for today. But before we go, here is a recap of the major highlights. Nigerian government hails rescue of remaining Niger school children. Federal government declares public holidays for Christmas, New Year. Oyedele addresses concerns over alleged changes to tax reform laws. Residents flee Kwara community after fresh abduction attempt. On the foreign scene, Ghana deports 42 Nigerians over prostitution fraud allegations. In sports, Lookman vows to lead Super Eagles to AFCON 2025 glory. And those are the major headlines as brought to you this afternoon. Before we wrap up the news, we take a look at our Today in History segment. Did you know that on this day in the year 2016, the Nigerian Armed Forces announced they had largely regained control of Sambisa Forest, the main stronghold of Boko Haram insurgents after years of fighting in northeast Nigeria? Now you know. For news coverage or information about happenings around you, kindly contact the Diamond FM newsroom number on 091-606-27526, 091-606-27526 to join us at 3 p.m. for the news flash and at 5 p.m. for the news across the world for a comprehensive bulletin. Log on to our website www.diamondfm.net to keep up to date with us from any part of the world. Download our app on Google Play Store and iOS App Store, Diamond FM. The news on the hour was edited by Adeyemi Adewale. I am Bisola Oduwole Suleiman. Thank you for listening to your shining Supreme station. Do stay tuned for the news in Yoruba coming up shortly. Good afternoon.
FM, radio made for you.
This is me every single time I listen to Diamond FM after a long time away.
Oh my God. 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 Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right. There's just something about how the amazing program and the content, the music blows me away every single time. And Diamond FM, it's memorable radio every single time.
Orúkọ mi ni Yèyélúà Tóyìn Adégbọlá. Mo sì ti lé ní 50 ọdún láyé àtàyè ìdẹ̀ra. Ìgbòkègbodò mi pọ̀ gan nínú iṣẹ́ tí mo yàn láàyò gẹ́gẹ́ bí òṣèré orí ìtàgé. Kì í sì rẹ̀ mí, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni kì í sú mi. Àwọ̀ mi sì ń jí pépépé síbi ìtọ́mọ tuntun lójoojúmọ́. Ẹ fẹ́ mọ̀dí abájọ. Monomin Plus atẹ́jẹ̀ṣe oògùn tó ń fi epo ẹja cod liver oil ṣẹjọ́ ẹ̀ food supplement ni. Èròjà ẹ peléke, ó ń tara ṣe, ó ń máradán, ó ń jẹ́ kọ́mọdé dàgbà dáadáa, ó sì ń jẹ́ kí àgbàlagbà máa ta kébékébé. Monomin Plus.
Monomin Plus fún èròjà tó ń tún inú ara ṣe lẹ́yìn ìwádìí ìmọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀. A tún fi èròjà cod liver oil epo ẹja sí i ló fi wá di oògùn méjì tá a papọ̀ sínú ẹyọ kan ṣoṣo. La fi ń pè é ní Monomin Plus. Iléeṣẹ́ Tuyi Pharmaceutical Industries Limited. Àwọn tó lórúkọ tó ṣe gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi kápò oògùn òyìnbó ló ṣe é. Monomin Plus. Monomin Plus.
Ta ló mọ̀ o, ó wá sọ. Ohun mímu amárají pépé Mẹ́rọ́kà ní lúbúlúbú márají pépé Mẹ́rọ́kà ní energy drink tó ń mára kọ́fẹ́ Mẹ́rọ́kà ní o. Ẹ jẹ́ kájú mọ́ gbẹlúra kára kọ́fẹ́ Mẹ́rọ́kà ó dára ká máa ní lọ́wọ́ lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ nínú mọ́tò tó bá ti fẹ́ máa rẹ ni Mẹ́rọ́kà ni ó já sómi gbẹlúra ká gbára dé o. Mẹ́rọ́kà Mẹ́rọ́kà energy drink yìí máa dára. Ó já geere lọ́nà fún tọkùnrin tóbìnrin ló lè mú. Mẹ́rọ́kà energy drink yìí máa dára.
Mẹ́rọ́kà agbára gbàngbà agbára tó jagbára lọ energy drink lọ́gán tó bá wọnú ara agbára ti dé. Àjọ NAFDAC jẹ́ ló ń tẹ̀. Iléeṣẹ́ tó lórúkọ tó ṣe gbẹ́kẹ̀lé níbi ká pò oògùn òyìnbó Tuyi Pharmaceutical ló gbé jáde.
Mẹ́rọ́kà energy drink yìí máa dára.
Bómi bá balẹ̀ á nípa òjò balẹ̀ á ta ṣàràṣàrà. Diamond FM 88.7 nípínlẹ̀ Kwara ọba gbogbo wọn là á ṣe.
Ẹ kú ìkàlẹ̀ ẹ máa yáṣẹ́ ládùúgbò yìí ẹ máa yáṣẹ́ nílé iṣẹ́ yìí ẹ máa yáṣẹ́ bàbá lọ́jà ẹ máa yáṣẹ́ ìyá lájẹ ẹ máa yáṣẹ́ oníṣòwò ẹ máa yáṣẹ́ oníṣẹ́ ìjọba ẹ máa yáṣẹ́. Kájọ mi àṣepọ̀ ló lè dá o. Bíre bá wọlé ayọ̀ ní òpin kárí.
Diamond FM kí yín pé ẹ máa yáṣẹ́.
Ẹ kú ìkàlẹ̀ ẹ máa yáṣẹ́.
Látinú yàrá ìròyìn Diamond 88.7 FM Ìlọrin ìròyìn ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́.